Alright guys, here we are, we have the new update. I'm going to start the new game here, and we will take a look at the new selection pack and we'll answer the question, is this pack worth buying? I will tell you which cards you need from the pack and whether you should pull from the pack at all. We have a new campaign, very nice, giving us, I guess, around about 1000 free gems over the next 10 days. That is obviously nice as always. We have a period extended for the 3rd anniversary bundle. We have new accessoires as always, and we have a special gem discount, which can be quite nice. And then we have the new selection pack. Interestingly enough, the secret packs are not mentioned here. Maybe they are not in the game right now. That would be crazy. But let's see. We can firstly take a look at the new gem offering, which honestly, it's all right. I guess the 3000 one is not bad. Yeah, but only 12 days left for that. Okay, so let's see whether we have new secret packs, because it looks like we only got the new selection pack, right? We only got the new selection pack. Okay, that is honestly a bit disappointing. I was expecting the secret packs. Then it seems to be the case that we will get the secret packs within the next few days, maybe at the release of the April pack. So that is the Centurion secret pack, as well as the Valmonica secret pack, and apparently the Memento secret pack. But let's see what we have here. We have the new selection pack, Metal Raiders Dominance. And you can see right here the animation for firstly the Red Eyes Black Metal or Black Full Metal Dragon here. Let's look at this, very nice. And then we have the new Performance boss monster here, also a good animation. In this pack we also have Goblin Bikers Gone Wild and the Dominus traps. Let's see what else is in here, cards included in this pack. Okay, we have Golden Allure Queen. I'm not quite sure what this is. 3 spellcaster monsters. If this card is a linked summon, you can special summon one Allure Queen monster from your deck or graveyard, and if you do, this card gains 1500 attack. Is this a new card? A newly added card? It is a new card. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. I don't think this is a card that you want to play in anything, since 3 spellcaster monsters is very specific. Then we have a reprint of Goblin Biker Big Gabonga, which is very nice. If you want to build a Goblin Biker deck, you definitely need 2 big Gabongas. We have, and we already saw that, Performance Trapeze High Magician. Then we have a very good card, Magistus Corroso, which you can make with 1 Fusion, Synchro, Exquisite or Link monster and 1 spellcaster monster. You can basically contact fusion this. Or special summon this from the extra deck by sending the correct fusion material monster cards we control to the graveyard. This is nice because this is a level 4 tuner. You can use this, for example, in Centurion when the new support appears, basically, since this is an easy made level 4 tuner. This is why this card is good. So if you pull a Magistus Corroso, you can definitely keep this card, since this will be relevant, especially for synchro decks right now and also in the future. And then we have a reprint of the tour guide from the Underworld. That's not bad. You can use this in Goblin Bikers, which is why I think they have put it in here. This is a level 3 that basically summons another level 3 field monster from hand or deck, and then you can use these 2 level 3s, for example, to go into Goblin Biker Big Gabonga and then start your plays from there. In the Goblin Biker deck, you want 3 of the tour guide from the Underworld. Then we have Clear Vicious Knight. Never seen this card. You can summon this card by tributing 1 monster that mentions Clear World. Clear World, is this not a Vanadium card? I'm not quite sure, but this is a card you can definitely decraft if you are putting it. Then we have the Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, which is actually not a bad card. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can negate the activation. Then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of 1 attack position monster your opponent controls, and you must special summon this with Max Metal Morph, which is a trap that we can see right here. Max Metal Morph, tribute 1 face-up monster, special summon 1 monster that cannot be a normal summoned or set, which is nice. You can get to this Omni Negate, and the funny thing is that by discarding or by revealing this card in your hand, you can set this trap here. So if you start with the trap, you are able to summon the Black Eyes Full Metal Dragon, and if you have the Black Eyes Full Metal Dragon, you can reveal it in order to set the trap. So whatever you draw here, you don't have a dead draw, you can use both, which is quite nice. This is actually a strong card. You can, for example, play this in Dragon Link, where this would be a one-off. We have Metal Illusionist. Increase this card's level by 4 during your opponent's turn only. Okay, if this card is normal special, somebody can set 1 Metal Morph trap from your deck. Okay, this apparently also synergizes with this archetype here, but okay, nothing too special. Then we have the very important and very strong Goblin Bikers Gone Wild card. That is definitely a 3-off in Goblin Bikers. If you do not know how to play a Goblin Bikers, there will be a combo tutorial up on the channel in a few minutes. hours. Then we have more performance stuff, and then we have Goblin Bikers, Grand Breakout, very strong. You can also, funnily enough, play this in Memento. It's a quick play spell, tribute 1 monster for cost, special summon 1 Goblin monster from your deck, but it cannot attack this turn. Also a 3-off for your Goblin Biker deck. So if you want to play Goblin Biker, you need 3 Gone Wild, you need 3 Grand Breakout, and then we have probably the best cards in this entire pack, the Dominus Traps, Dominus Purge, and Dominus Impulse. Should you happen to pull from this selection pack, which I can't really recommend now that I see what is in here, then if you ever open either a Purge or an Impulse, keep these cards since they will be very meta relevant. You can, for example, play this right now in Blue Eyes. You can play this in Tenpai if you want to. Very strong. This can negate a search. This can negate a special summon. Basically, you can play them from hand like an Imperm. So if you draw them, I would keep them. But now seeing the ultra rares, I can definitely not really recommend pulling from here. The only case in which I would pull from here if I were you is if you need the Goblin Biker stuff, especially if you don't have Big Gabonga or Tour Guide from the Underworld yet, because then you have 4 good draws here. You need multiple Big Gabonga 2, that is. You need 3 Tour Guide from the Underworld. You need 3 Breakout. You need 3 Gone Wild. So if you would want to pull from this pack, it makes sense to pull from it if you want to go for the Goblin Biker stuff. If, for example, you need your Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, then just craft one, just craft the trap and be done. And if you want your performance stuff, where I'm not quite sure how the ratios are, but also I think in this case it's wiser to just craft these cards. And if you happen to pull a Magistus Corroso, then just keep this card because it's a good card that will be relevant in the future. When it comes to the super rares, we have Goblin Bikers Gone Bonkers, very nice. We have the entire rest of the Goblin Biker support, obviously Goblin Biker reprints, as you can see right here, the Duck Charger, the Boom Mech, Goblin Biker Grand Entrance, and as I already said, there will be a combo guide on the channel in a few minutes, hours slash. We have Goblin Biker's Crazy Beast and then some Dragon Link reprints here. So you can get all the Goblin Biker cards from this pack, which is quite nice. Other than that, oh, there's the Sangen Furo, which is a Tenpai card that you never use, so it's not relevant. And scrolling down even further, are there any more interesting cards in here? Unfortunately, it does not seem to be the case. No, not really, honestly. Okay, so not the best selection pack ever. A very boring selection pack, unfortunately. I was hoping to get the secret packs, Memento and Centurion, or maybe the Valmonica stuff. Then I would definitely have played Centurion today. Now it's a bit strange. Definitely, I will go for the Dominus Traps since they are so good, and you want 3 of both of them on your account in the long run. They are just insane. So Dominus Traps is something that you should invest in, but I'm not quite sure whether you should pull from this pack just because of the Dominus Traps, honestly. Other than that, I would say this is a skip pack, especially because we will get the April pack soon and more info for the April pack on Monday. And it seems to be the case that the April pack will be a very relevant, very meta relevant. So I would definitely suggest keep your resources. If you want to go for Goblin Bikers, then you definitely can pull from this pack, keep the Dominus Traps, and that's basically my recommendation for this new selection pack. And then obviously, just to close this, basically we have new accessoires like we always have when something comes out. We have a new field spell apparently, or field part, Time Machine. We have a new protector, yeah, okay. And then we have a new icon, the Plush Fire, because this has newly been released from the ban list, so performance is now more powerful than before, but once again not a really impactful deck. So okay, a bit disappointing honestly, because we were expecting these secret packs. They are not here unfortunately, so this is my recommendation for this pack. If you have any more questions concerning this, let me know in the comments. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell. Obviously we will also live stream a bit, not that much because it's not super interesting, not the biggest update, but this is my opinion on the new section pack. Let me know in the comments what you think, and we will see each other in the next one.